or more accurately, how to ensure you are heard with genuine interest. I know someone who never fails to get let in. He has a very specific ritual. He knocks 3 times, and each time he calls out the name of the person he's looking for. For example, if he's visiting his friend Leonard, he knocks and says, "Leonard," repeating this exactly 3 times, no more, no less. In the famous sitcom I'm referring to, which shall remain nameless, the character, Sheldon, is well known for his social eccentricities and his towering intellect. In marketing terms, we could say he is exceptionally well positioned. And when you're well positioned, doors don't just open, they stay open. The same applies to sales. Yet, it's shocking how many people overlook or flat out ignore this step, which inevitably undermines everything that follows. What happens when a salesperson launches into a long-winded, rambling pitch without first sparking a shred of interest? Exactly what you'd expect. The client's ears might be open, but their mind is a steel trap, and their attention is as scattered as birdseed. Who is this person? Why should I give them the time of day? These are the questions an intelligent client asks. An intelligent salesperson answers them before they are even uttered. Granted, some clients will try to cut you off and jump straight to what they consider the heart of the matter, saying, "Just tell me what you're selling and skip the fluff." Usually, this is just a sign of a narrow-minded buyer who is about to miss out on a great opportunity, namely, listening to you. Cultures and countries vary, but one thing remains constant. Great business leaders aren't too busy for everything. They have all the time in the world for things they deem relevant to their business. The best way to signal that relevance is through positioning. When you position yourself correctly, everything you say next is properly filtered and integrated. We see this every day without realizing it. A product from a brand like Nestlé is accepted almost without question, whereas a superior product from an unknown startup will face an uphill battle. The difference in our minds is positioning. A brand takes years to build that status, and I know you and I don't have that kind of time or budget. However, we can position ourselves in a prospect's mind in a matter of seconds. It's simply a matter of knowing how. One of the greatest misconceptions about human relationships, and it's amazing how fiercely people defend this myth, is that opposites attract because they complement each other. We like to think we marry our opposites. But in reality, the data shows that our nervous systems respond to similarities, not differences. Subconsciously, we measure how much someone is like us. If the match is high, we lower the natural defenses we hold against strangers. Even falling in love requires finding common ground. A recent study on rapid rapport building found that a highly effective way to bond is to talk about things you both dislike. Finding common ground in what we reject proved to be a much stronger bond than sharing things we like. The point is, humans evaluate in the first few seconds whether someone is trustworthy. That trust depends on whether they are like me, i.e., intelligent, or different. Furthermore, if they prove to be a respectable representative of a value I prize, be it convenience, quality, or efficiency, then they are worth my attention. The process of generating this empathy, or syncing up, is called positioning. It is the linchpin of the sales process. Without it, you might get the chance to deliver your pitch, but you'll just be the person who won't stop talking to a client who isn't actually listening. Some clients will try to rush the positioning phase, telling you to get to the point or claiming they already know and trust you. Don't believe them. What they are actually doing is rushing you to the "I'm not interested" phase. Don't be fooled into thinking you're dealing with a hyper-practical person who values their time above all else. They waste time just like the rest of us. They simply spend it on what they perceive to be important. If they want to skip straight to the price, they are looking for a reason to say no. Stand your ground and position yourself first. If it's clear who you are, what you represent, and that you are a peer, they might not buy today, but they will tomorrow, provided they actually need your product. That old cliche about the salesman so good he could sell ice to Eskimos is nonsense. A person who sells ice to Eskimos isn't a great salesman. He's a con artist. First things first. As I argue in my book, The 30.5 Secrets of Sales and Success, if you want to sell, don't sell. When you show up acting like a salesman, the client naturally puts up walls and starts manufacturing objections before they even know what you're offering. People love to buy, but they hate being sold to. If we understand that our primary job is to position ourselves rather than push a product, everything else falls into place. We create an environment where the client wants to buy. I am still baffled by cold callers who, after I've told them I have no time or interest, continue to aggressively steamroll through their script. I once had a caller trying to sell children's encyclopedias who had the nerve to call me uncultured when I declined. Did I buy the whole set to prove her wrong? Of course not. I hung up. The problem is a total lack of positioning. Those calls lack empathy. They rely on transparently manipulative rhetorical questions and eventually fall back on the only argument they have left. We're the cheapest. Position yourself and add value first. Don't just become another face in a saturated market shouting about the best offer. I define a great salesperson, using the term as a universal, gender-neutral title, as follows. A great salesperson is a commercial representative of a product, service, or idea who is fundamentally driven to serve, knowing that the roots of selling and serving are intertwined, to add value to the lives of others and who can demonstrate that value so effectively that they achieve a win-win deal at a price point higher than the competition. Look, it doesn't take much intellect to be the cheapest guy in the room. The Ice to Eskimos guy doesn't fit this definition, and neither does the guy who only competes on price. So how do you position yourself properly? It's a matter of technique, not luck. It involves understanding human perception to create an identity that radiates value and removes all doubt from the client's mind. But learning how to do that is a topic for another day. After all, for now, I was just trying to position myself as an expert in sales.